Hi everybody and welcome to another Joseph Morris live stream. This just in, the Wanted band member has died of brain cancer. I'll probably do on a video about that later, but I'm doing a breaking news video about Zoe Kravitz right now. She's getting exposed online after the Will Smith controversy. So if you're into breaking news and a little bit of entertainment thrown in there, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you never miss a live, and do not forget to press like on my video. It really helps out my channel a lot. I'm joined here by my beautiful co-host, Miss Gabby. So if you want to hang out, please make sure you ring that bell. And you can also sign off and sound off about your comments and your speculation to the left or your right here. And I'm going to be reading them throughout the live stream because I love reading all your comments. Thank you so much for being here. So Zoe Kravitz, I don't know if you guys seen The Batman. I didn't like the movie, but hey, Zoe Kravitz has gone literally from internet loved to hated overnight, with several users now denouncing her for making suggestive comments about Jaden while he was just 14 years old and she was 24. So we're learning to not throw rocks in glass houses with Zoe Kravitz because she threw Will Smith under the bus on Instagram and people are just not having it. So Zoe Kravitz has come under fire online after denouncing Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. And I'm sure you're aware, unless you've been living underneath a rock for the past couple days, during the esteemed award show called the Oscars on Sunday night, Will took to the stage and smacked presenter Chris Rock across the face after he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, who's been married to Will since 1997 and has spoken openly about her alopecia diagnosis since 2018. But Chris has actually said and went on record that he had no idea about her medical condition when he made a tasteless G.I. Jane joke on stage. So Jada rolled her eyes at the joke, prompting Will to stride across the stage and smack Chris in the face. Will proceeded to stun the audience into an awkward silence as he yelled, quote, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth," end quote. And it was just like dead silent and completely awkward and a very historic moment for television as Chris Rock kept his composure and made a joke about it. But on Tuesday, Will Smith issued an apology on Instagram, and this is his apology. It was sort of like a non-apology where he basically, said violence is not the answer, yada, 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 yada. Not that interested in it. It just didn't feel like the most sincere apology ever. But, it was enough for a lot of people. And he called out his behavior as unacceptable and inexcusable following tons of fierce criticism and claimed he reacted emotionally. And I read this quote the other day, you would avoid a lot of your own problems if you just learn how to control your reactions. And I thought that was very pertinent to today's times. Half the time, if you just don't react, you'll go a lot further in life. But social media users have remained divided on the Will versus Chris debate, while several celebrities have since chimed in to share their take, the latest being the Batman's leading lady, Zoe Kravitz. So Zoe Kravitz seems very disappointed in her Instagram posts. She writes, "Here's a picture of my dress at the award show where we are apparently assaulting people on stage now." So she jumped onto Instagram last night to share 2 photos from the memorable night that she captioned with some indirect yet very shady remarks. As you can see here, there was another one. Again, hurling profanities, blah, 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 blah. She just seems very disappointed in Will Smith, and rightfully so, in my opinion, but leaving no sort of speculation. She also wrote this about the situation. So someone wrote, "You don't support him defending his wife," which is how people tend to see this argument. And she basically flat out says, "Nope, I don't." She doesn't support the violence. And, the internet is divided. So Zoe's comments quickly sparked backlash after several Twitter users began drawing attention to several problematic moments from her past. As you can see here with this Twitter user, Jay, writing this, the TL pulling out receipts of Zoe Kravitz's problematic past. And this person, I think, is just going crazy. Another one. Because apparently she has a lot of skeletons in her closet, so to speak. Again, don't throw stones in glass houses. Fans firstly called out Zoe, who's been universally loved across social media in recent months, for her close friendship with designer Alexander Wang, given that he's been accused of sexual harassment and assault by multiple people. So Alexander Wang initially denied the allegations in a statement shared early last year, calling them false and fabricated. However, he went on to express regret for his past behavior in a message issued months later. So this is the statement he released. He writes, "It was not easy for them to share their stories, and I regret acting in a way that caused them pain. While we disagree on some of the details of these personal interactions, I will set a better example and use my visibility and influence to encourage others to recognize harmful behaviors." So in light of the allegations against Alexander, several users condemned Zoe for proudly parading their friendship while also slamming Will for assaulting people. One of these users actually tweeted this: "Zoe Kravitz, literally friends with Alexander Wang, talking about, quote, I guess we assaulting people on stage now, don't make me laugh." And with several users determined to dig into Zoe's past, it wasn't long before her comments from a 2013 interview with V Magazine surfaced across Twitter. So during the interview, it's pretty alarming. And I didn't know this about Zoe Kravitz, but she was 24 at the time, made several suggestive remarks about Will Smith's son, Jaden, then 14. So she writes this, and she was much older. There were moments that I was hanging out with Jaden and thinking, I can't believe you're 14. I have to check myself, like what I say to you, Kravitz said at the time. He has so much personality and so much swag. He is so much cooler than I am, and he's handsome. I was always like, when you're older, we'll hang out. Nope, that's inappropriate. You're 14. Yes, so she's getting called out pretty hard. Zoe's comments have now sparked fresh criticism, with several users calling her out for what they perceive as predatory remarks. So this one person writes, "You telling me Zoe Kravitz was trying to flirt with a 14-year-old Jaden Smith, yet tried to diss Will Smith on Instagram?" Soon, another resurfaced interview from 2 years later began circulating across Twitter too, during which Zoe called Jaden her date and the love of my life. So let's watch that interview.
We'll be really passionate. Jaden! Sorry.
Great! Perfect!
You made
I've been
it.
looking for you for the past forever.
I dragged him out tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Literally dragged you? This is my date.
Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you for 45 minutes
Don't
casually.
leave. Hey, just don't
Okay,
leave.
yes,
Don't leave.
I'm-
Hang on. Tell him how amazing she looks. Tell me how.
You look like something that you would find in like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
That's
Like,
why-
wow.
Keep him around. Don't leave. Sorry, that's like my love of my life.
What did he say you look like? He
Willy
said,
Wonka is something Willy Wonka should have done. That's what like a 16-year-old says to you. It's a compliment. It's great. What was I saying? I don't
he's
know
your
what I was
date for
saying.
tonight.
Yes, I dragged him out. I texted him and I said, you have to come, so he did. I love him.
Well, thank you, everyone.
I don't know. It kind of seems like a sweet, innocent relationship to me personally, but a lot of people are calling her out for that inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old while she was 24. And I mean, it is Hollywood. Many users agreed that Zoe's comments about Jaden and known ties to Alexander Wang were inappropriate. However, amid all the backlash, some question why users are only now choosing to condemn Zoe Kravitz. As mentioned, Zoe has been a fan favorite figure across the internet for months at this point, often trending in a positive light. With this in mind, some Twitter users are now expressing their discomfort at people seemingly knowing about her past, yet choosing not to share the information while she was popular. So this one Twitter user wrote, and it doesn't have that many likes because it's unpopular opinion, but it's funny how some of the people already had information about Zoe Kravitz creeping on a 14-year-old boy, but they didn't say anything then because she was loved by everyone. Shows how much hypocrite Twitter is. You only start getting your morals when it's celebrity you don't like. And this other Twitter user wrote, not trying to defend her at all, I really don't care about her, but it's so hypocritical how people were literally sitting on bad boy pieces of information on Zoe Kravitz all this time, but only choose to reveal the truth now. It's actually comical. So I'll just leave it at that, and I'm going to be reading your chats. Thank you so much for tuning in to a Joseph Morris Live with my beautiful co-host, Miss Gabby. Let me just read your chats. Okay, so someone brought up a good point. Why wasn't the 7-second delay used? Because as we do know, there was information about the person on the, there was a bunch of profanities being yelled at. So I have 200 people here. Thank you so much to everybody coming out. That's crazy. Okay, so Way J.W. Willow writes, she's being cute with a 14-year-old boy who is set on his mama's show about cheating on your husband. I think he can handle it. Exactly. So I don't know if you know this. I just learned this because when this happened, I spent probably 2 or 3 days reading about the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith drama because I had no idea up until this point. And I'm so sorry to all my YouTube followers that are like, we followed you for Gabby Petito and Balab Saget. Why are you talking about this? It's all over the headlines, and I just had to get up to speed to it. But I didn't realize this about how the son had a rapper friend who Jaden was now dating. So his mother was dating his friend, August, I think his name is. They were in an open relationship, and Jaden was dating her son's friend, which is so weird. And I don't want to pass judgment on this, but it was crazy. Thank you for that comment. Deb, what man slaps another man across the face? And I do actually want to bring something up. That is a very good question. So guys, I just want to be 100% gangster. I'm really bad at my job when it comes to YouTube because I want to make an apology. Honestly, I feel like I'm not the best person to talk about this, and for various reasons, because I'm not someone, I'm bald, but I don't have alopecia. So like literally people make fun of me for being bald like almost weekly, and I do not care. I laugh about it because I think it's funny. But this one person really brought up a really good point, and I don't know if I'm going to dox anybody, but thank you so much, Beauty in Cheryl's World, for doing this beautiful comment on my last video. So my last video was about how Will Smith has issues. He has intergenerational trauma. His dad was an alcoholic and abusive to his wife, and that's how he grew up. And now he's an insider who's close to Will Smith said he's seeking therapy. And his wife, Jaden, did an update about how this is a healing process for them. So it is interesting that we're talking about his own complex when it comes to this. And I'm not the best person to talk about it. And, this wonderful woman named Beauty in Cheryl's World did this amazing update. And I just want to read it. First off, let me just say I do not condone violence in any shape, form, nor fashion. Now, as for Will Smith, none said that I actually read in the comments, that he actually did apologize immediately while doing his acceptance speech. Also, again, he apologized on his platform of Instagram. No one knows what conversation he and Chris Rock had after that altercation. Let's bring up the joke, which wasn't funny anyway, that Chris Rock spilled force so eloquently. If anyone has or knows of anyone who actually has alopecia, and having alopecia as an African American woman is really depressing. It is an attack on your self-esteem, and not to mention you suffer from other elements. It's all nothing to make light of. Also, Will said himself, God ain't through with me yet. For those in the back who didn't get it, he is not perfect, okay? And I really appreciate this comment because the first thing she says is, I do not condone violence. But I think what I got from this was it's something that I can never understand as like a white man. I know I'm just being like woke, but it's just, I don't know. I just want to make it clear she doesn't condone violence, but you know, Will Smith is not perfect. And I'm so struggled with this entire scenario. And I really appreciate all of your comments and all of your sides. So thank you for that comment. And I'm going to continue reading your comments. Christy goes, much love to you and Miss Gabby. Thank you so much, Christy. Let me continue reading on. But that comment honestly kind of brought a tear to my eye. Like I'm kind of getting choked up about it because it's like, you kind of just empathize with these people and what they're going through. And it's so easy for me to judge, but I'm not Will Smith. I'm not Jaden, you know, and I can never imagine what that's like. So, Chris MTMR writes, does she really have alopecia? That's a really, you know, I'm going to give it another couple minutes because that is a really good question about the alopecia. You know, does she actually have it? I heard some rumors, conspiracies that she actually is growing her hair back and there's like fuzz or something. I don't know. But as far as I know, that's a conspiracy. She does have alopecia. So that's a very good question. Count Drago writes, Team Zoe all the day. I'm actually going to take a poll. Do you like Zoe Kravitz still? So I don't know how you guys felt about the Batman. If you guys saw it or not. I'm going to keep my comments to myself. I didn't like the movie. I thought Zoe Kravitz was the bomb, though. I thought she was amazing. So Chris Smith writes, Chris Rock used Jada's medical condition as a punchline for his joke on the worldwide stage. I think that's unacceptable. That's a very good point. Lawrence Gillespie writes, they probably didn't give Chris a medical chart for all the audience members. Very good. Thank you for that. Just me living life, friends. So when you have the condition that Jada has, you can grow your hair back. I fact check it. LOL. That's interesting. Thank you for that comment, just me living life. We also have one from Kim. Can't normalize making fun of people with a disease. I'm sure he meant no harm, but it's a sensitive subject for those who know what it's like. It was shade thrown unintentionally. And, you know, Chris Rock did come out and say that he had no idea about Jada's alopecia. I don't know how much you guys believe that, but that's what he did come out saying. So, CK0UWRE writes, bro, looks like Johnny you-know-who. I get that a lot. I look like Johnny Sins. I wouldn't mind being compared to G.I. Joe, though. But I know probably for a black woman, it would be traumatizing, awful for her to be compared to G.I. Jane. So I get it. Like, I can't be like, I like being compared to bald guys. When in reality, it's like, you know, it's not the same for women, obviously. So Queen Diva writes, she definitely put it eloquently. She definitely did. That lady who put that comment on my video, I literally wrote back to her. I'm like, thank you for this comment. I'm going to read it out. Better than anything I could say. So thank you so much. You know, I like to learn so much with you guys on YouTube. That's what I love about YouTube. I change my opinion all the time on here, sometimes on a live stream. So it's been real hanging out with you guys. And I really look forward to reading all of your comments. And, you know, until next time, guys, I'm going to give my dog a cookie. There you go. Stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you in the next video. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a live. We talk about a lot of different things in here, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. I look forward to reading all your comments. Love you.